Mercury retrograde ruins everything. Your rising sign is fake if you don't know your birth time. A hard aspect means something bad is coming. I've heard all three treated as fact, in comments, in other astrology videos, even in horoscope columns. None of them are quite right. Here are 5 birth chart myths, and what's actually true instead. This channel teaches you to read your own real chart, one piece at a time. That also makes it this channel's job to clear out what's not really in it. 5 myths, 5 corrections, working straight down the list. Myth 1. Mercury retrograde ruins everything. Here's the real astronomy underneath it. Mercury orbits the Sun faster than Earth does, and a few times a year, it laps us. That's like a faster car in the next lane pulling ahead of you on a highway. For a few weeks, from where you're standing, that faster planet looks like it's sliding backward against the stars behind it. It never really reverses course. What you're seeing is an optical illusion caused by relative motion, not a planet driving in reverse. It's real, and it happens roughly 3 or 4 times a year, for about 3 weeks each time. What's not real is the idea that every one of those weeks derails your whole life. Most of them pass completely uneventfully. Myth 2. If you don't know your exact birth time, your rising sign is fake, and so is the rest of your chart. Remember Maya from the very first video in this series? Her sun landed in Pisces, and her moon landed in Cancer, both locked in the moment she was born, using nothing but her birth date. No clock required. Losing her birth time wouldn't touch either one. What needs the exact time is narrower than people assume. The houses and the rising sign, the point on the eastern horizon at the moment of birth. Lose the time, and you lose that one layer. You don't lose the chart. Myth 3. A hard aspect means something bad is coming. A hard aspect is a square or an opposition, the 2 tense-looking angles between planets. An aspect is just the angle between 2 planets in the sky, read as a relationship, how directly they're talking to each other. A square is a 90-degree angle, sharp, close, hard to ignore. An opposition is a full 180 degrees, 2 planets staring straight across the wheel at each other. Both read as tension, but tension isn't a curse. It's usually where the growth is. A square is closer to a gym rep than a warning label. It describes where you push against resistance and build something, not where disaster gets scheduled. Myth 4. Your zodiac sign is basically your whole personality. We covered this back in the very first video. Your sign is your sun, and your sun is exactly one placement out of dozens in a full chart. It shapes your core identity, but it was never built to carry the whole picture by itself. Layer in your moon, your rising sign, and where every other planet landed at your exact birth moment. That gets you something closer to the actual you, not a monthly column written for 1/12 of the planet. Myth 5. Some houses are just bad. The houses are the 12 life area slots a chart gets divided into. The 8th house gets called the house of death. The 12th gets called cursed, or hidden, or haunted. Neither is true. The 8th house is about shared resources and transformation, other people's money, intimacy, what changes you. The 12th is about rest, the unconscious mind, and what happens behind the scenes. Every house is a neutral life area, not a warning sign. There's no good half of the wheel and no bad half. It's just 12 different rooms, and you've got something happening in every single one. If you've heard any of these 5 treated as settled fact, that's common. They're some of the most repeated lines in casual astrology content. And if clearing one of them up was useful, a quick tap on the like button genuinely helps this reach other people hearing the exact same myths right now. Clearing up a myth doesn't turn a chart into a prediction machine. A chart still doesn't tell you what's going to happen next, Hard aspect or easy one, known birth time or not. It's a mirror, not a prophecy. What these 5 corrections buy you is a more accurate mirror, not a more powerful one. So, 5 myths, 5 corrections. Mercury retrograde is a real but overhyped optical effect, not a life-wrecking event. An unknown birth time costs you the houses and the rising sign, not the whole chart. Hard aspects are friction, not fate. Your sign is one placement, not your whole personality. And no house in your chart is cursed, just different. The chart in this video was generated in Mystic Almanac, free link in the description. Next up, we're staying in myth-busting territory from a different angle, numerology. Almost every number in numerology gets reduced down to 1 digit, except 3 of them. Subscribe so you catch the real rule for when a master number stays whole and when it doesn't. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.